All right, friends, welcome to round number 3 for Running and Yo in Group A. Running after 2 rounds has 3 wins. Yo after 2 rounds has 5 wins. And the narrative coming into this is will Yo or will Doubt win this group? They have not played each other yet. When eventually they face off, it'll be really fun near the tail end of this. But Yo is just a mastermind of the game, a legend of the game, and super consistent. You would expect that he would maybe win this series. But for Running, you get 1 win. I think you're happy. He could definitely go for 2. He could have gotten multiple wins against Doubt when Running played against Doubt, but unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to close the games out, and Doubt beat Running 3-0 in round 2. Actually, that was round 1. And then Running 3-0 Licks, who's been struggling. Running drafted Cumin second here, guys, to see if that could build the second TC in Feudal Age. And I was really surprised by it, because I have never seen someone successfully 2 TC Boom on Golden Pit before. And I was thinking maybe even Coast to Mountain, which was Yo's home map. He tried Cumins on. I was unsure. He's picked the Cumins. He's now gone for the Cumins. And we see Yo with the Celts. And Yo drafted Celts late. I think because he really thought that Running would actually attempt this 2TC boom here. That is most likely the plan. Now, in the long run on this map, you really need gold. So some people, they might consider TCing the middle, but especially against the Celts, I think building your second town center in Feudal Age in the middle, that is simply just a target for the civilization that is known for eating TCs with their siege. So I think more than likely we're going to have Running build the second TC up on the hill here and at home, so maybe a TC here could do. Always the big question when you're up against the Cumins, though, and you think they're going to go for that TC is what do you do? Do you go Feudal Age? Do you go Fast Castle? I would say Fast Castle is normally the best play, but then that means they get a guaranteed lead. So it's a tough civ to play against. But fun fact, this is the 13th time we have seen Celt played in all of Titans League history. This is Silver, Gold, and Platinum, so this is over the last year and a half. Celts have the 4th lowest play rate of any civilization. Actually, no, they have the 4th lowest win rate of any civilization. It's like 32% or something. And that's only off of the 12 games they played. I think they were just barely ahead Saracens, Bulgarians, and Sicilians. So the fact that we see Celts here at all is pretty wild. Honestly, I'd love to even know, has Yo played Celts in previous seasons? Because I feel like it's a very Yo pick. Anyways, Running, looking to scout here, and runs right into the TC. You could tell he saw the straggler tree and was a little uncertain. Because players sometimes feel like, you know, the stragglers are things to avoid, but he doesn't lose his scout fully. A little frustrating for him, obviously. And he's just going to pass by. I like the confidence. It's a weird pick, the Cumins, right? It's risky. But if you think about how these players play, it does make some level of sense to me. Yo, clearly the bigger name. Clearly the most consistent. Running, hoping to just snag a win, you know, to take with him into future rounds. So, you know, maybe don't pick a civilization that's all about consistency. Maybe pick a civilization where you take some risks and pick a strategy where there's some risks involved as well. And I think that's what Cumins are here. But then Yo has picked a civilization that is best at punishing that risky strategy in his mind. Having said that, though, you don't know your opponent's going for the second TC right now. So Yo is actually going for a very early Man-at-Arms style play from what it looks like. Something that Running will scout, see the barracks now, so Running might need to prep some walls at home. Yo, it's a Huang thing. Yo does this a lot as well, and with respect to Huang, I think Yo is actually better at it. I know that Huang's got the reputation, and he kind of started the whole memes and whatnot, but I think Yo has more well-rounded play with the Celts and is able to get it done a lot. Now, in this case, though, Yo's not going to eat TC right now. Yo sees a target, and this is going to be very fast Man-at-Arms. Couple things he did here, right? Like, typically, like Huang or most players, they're going to have 4 on wood with the Celts, and then they have all this wood for later on, right? But he went like 2 or 3 on wood, still got the barracks timing and everything. We had an extra villager or 2 on food. And this uptime for Man-at-Arms is very abnormal. It's about a minute faster than what you would normally see. And there's some concern that Running isn't going to see this coming. And Running's going to aim to drop a TC here. Does have Loom, but he's not expecting Yo to be up this quick. Now, where's Yo going to go? Yo's looking for a target, and oh man, if only Yo knew. See, right now he's looking to hit the berries in the wood. But he's not going to find many villagers there because the villagers are building this second TC over on this side. Unfortunately for Yo, he's going to get over here. He's going to see that. The militia are going to be out of position. That TC will complete in time. So, we know what Yo was trying to do there. For now, though, I think he just takes the berries. I think this is a smart play. Like, how are you supposed to keep villagers producing out of 2 TCs consistently over time if you don't have your berries? Obviously, we'll see farms from Running, but, like, I don't think this is going to look all that good. And as he's now thinking, I need a barracks and then an archer range, and already you're delaying the 2 TCs. Running knew the barracks was up. He had to run away because his scout was weak. He knew this was coming in. He didn't lose any fills, but you just had to give up something. Maybe what he could have done is stayed on berries and walled it in. It's kind of tricky. Yeah, this is an advantage. And now someone was talking about the eco of Huang. Well, what Huang does is he'll add some farms, and then he just sends more and more vills to gold. I think Yo is just going to aim to play into archers for now, and then eventually he's just going to use the market. He'll have more eco than you know, the Legend Huang will, but I think this is just... It's going to take so long for Running to be able to feel like his eco is a whole lot stronger. And again, man, we're looking at a 3-villager lead already. Just awkward times for Running as he's forced into the range. But because the TC position's perfect, he's able to go for some archers. Behind this, Yo just taking his good old time, his sweet old time, bringing his range units forward. He's got the units actually here. And Running thought about this, guys. This is smart thinking. Running will probably need to drop a tower because of this, because he can't run, ironically. And there's the tower now. So I doubt he'll lose a villager here because the range units don't have fletching. Good play from Running to collect that 30 stone preemptively. He is going to have to work hard with repairing and pulling the vills around. Maybe he loses one in the end. But usually you're also going to take that. Losing one villager when you're producing so much right now is not the worst thing in the world. And that actually could protect his berries a little bit. He could actually come over here and take the berries now. He'd have to make a new mill. But maybe he's just going to be thinking of farming. I don't know. Right, so Running doesn't actually have a need to have his range units at home right now. Yo is going to attack the farms. If your farm is being attacked, your villagers cannot farm on it. They freeze. Which might seem really stupid and annoying for many, but I think it's good for the game balance-wise, and players are more used to that now than ever. Yo hasn't really gone that crazy onto gold. He's just used that extra wood income to go towards farms. And he's doing everything he can to chip away at Running, who still just has a 2-villager lead. Running with the counterattack, though, shows up. Yo confidently drops a gate, as if to say, get out of here. But then deletes the gate, and, well, he's got range units at home, and Running didn't notice this. And Running just trying to kill the archer in the final moments here, and not going to get it. So 4 OKD for Yo. You can tell, like, Running's thinking, okay, I could just take the berries still. But I think the archers could sit there from Yo. Yo's archers are, for some reason, attacking the house right now. But, yeah, now he could just push the villagers off with berries. So the tower saved a bunch of vills. He's only lost one. Yo has done an exceptional job getting damage in. But you could maybe buy a bit of food here to get your eco rolling a bit more if you're Running. He's got his own range units to hold map control, which could be really important here. Because if Celts are going to go forward siege, they do need to waltz forward. You see the market going up at home for Yo right now. He's taking his time with that. And again, Celt win rate, not so good. Human win rate, probably much higher if we're counting all seasons. They did perform very well in Regicide Fortress, so kind of tricky to compare all the seasons because the maps were different. But there wasn't really one mode where you really felt like, yeah, Celts do a really good job at this. Our Celts do really well here, and well played from Running to clear up those archers. Yo is on his way to Castle Age, having sold all of his stone. Honestly, like, the eco count's even. But if Running can click up here shortly, he's still going to have an additional TC to produce villagers out of. And I'm worried about Yo's army momentum here. Right? What is his army going to be? And normally, the human player doesn't have anything to compete for map control. But now, he's got a couple archers, which means Yo can't exactly walk forward and build the siege. Running, even idling his TCs here to click up. Getting the house wall down here in this opening so the units can't run in from Yo. And Running's going to click up. And he clicks up in the starting TC. This TC can still produce villagers as we see stables being dropped from Running. He could go for knights or step lancers. There's a stable from Yo. Yo will be going for some of his own knights. Most likely in combination with siege. Think longswords is the play? Nah. Now, knights are faster. Knights could do so much more. Knights is the play. It's just weird, right? Because the Celts eventually don't really want to be making knights because of the lack of bloodlines. But knights still probably your best unit. I really like how Yo has microed this game. I think the way Yo has played this, though, if I were to say one weird thing, is he's played this like he's going to boom, right? Like the eco setup is more of a long-term thing. So he's going for the more balanced approach of pushing and you know, long-term. Actually, both civilizations lacking bracers kind of interesting. How many times do you see no bracer versus no bracer these days? Yo dropped the siege workshop there. Continues to pester here. And Running's just got two archers that are just around. Yeah, they're just going to split up and scout for a moment. Because I think he's paranoid that Yo might be over here. May also be looking for this gold. That gold is very far away. Never scouted it. But yeah, here he is checking. And there you go. Sees the siege workshop. I'm sure he's not surprised. Eco lead for Running. Not in terms of res brought in. Res brought in's probably close. Yeah, Yo's actually ahead. But resources that could be brought in, yeah, we'll see. 3 stables to produce step lancers. And Yo's now going for pikemen for 3 spearmen right now. The step lancers for humans are speedy. But they are not the Mongols where you have extra HP. The real beauty of the step lancer is it costs just mainly food right now. And they're very speedy to be able to go in and snipe the siege. Still feels like it just feels like a Yo game where he has no doubt in his abilities right now. I guess not having extra HP on your step lancers doesn't feel too bad when you're up against Celts with no bloodlines, right? 100 HP versus 80. Look at these pokey boys poke. Poking like crazy, especially if you micro them well. Oh, Yo is really, you know, struggling here with these knights at the moment. He is currently starting a siege push on the TC. He'll have some pikemen there to protect it. He'll also have a monk, but he doesn't have it there yet. And Yo loses 1 of the 3 knights. He loses 2 of the 3 knights. And this is Running's opportunity, guys. He's very low on the gold he's taking right now. This is his opportunity. Yo knows it. Yo's going to drop a gate there. Which means that Running might need to delete his own house. You never really want to delete the market. You could also try and run around. Second TC up for Yo at home, by the way. So he's adding more eco. He doesn't fall too far behind here. But honestly, Running's idle TC time's insane because he's producing so many step lancers. Yo knows those lancers have got to be coming, right? He's looking. He's trying to find them because he's going for the outpost. And here we go. Yeah, this push is dead in the water. I mean, on land. There's no water here, actually. But it's just a weird saying, which made no sense here whatsoever. I don't even know when it does make sense. But yeah, Yo will lose his villagers. Yo will lose his entire forward position. Yo will lose his buildings, perhaps. And there's nothing to stop these step lancers from going directly over to Yo's base. And this is what Running wanted. He wanted a risky strategy where he could just force Yo into some aggression that he's not too familiar with. Again, I think he's pretty darn familiar with it, but still. Yo wasn't able to do enough damage, and now this is a boom game for Yo, who goes for the 3rd TC. And he's got to hope that these pikemen are enough. Now, do pikemen do bonus damage against the step lancers? Yes. But the step lancers are so fast. And with the range, the step lancers can all engage. And this is the issue with the step lancers, is how they engage. It makes it really complicated for pikemen. Especially in Age of Bad Pathing edition. It becomes awkward, especially right now, with melee units to be able to find their targets. And when step lancers have the range, it's just easier for them to poke. So, here's something, though, that I like to see from running. Really wanted to see that 3rd TC. Like, right after that, that felt like the 3rd TC moment. He had to go over here and mine stone, so he's done that. I love the scout sitting next to the monastery, so a monk can never come out. He chooses to TC the middle. Res collected, still up there for Yo. He's done a good job economically. And he's done a good job not to lose more to these step lancers. Now, is it awkward for him? Yes. But still, the step lancers can't really stay underneath these TCs. I like how running's making Yo work for it, though. Also love how this outpost gives so much vision to Yo. You could see the mining camps on stone. He's going to be a pain with this position, isn't he? Pikes come over. Running figures this is all dead now. This is done. But Yo's going to be annoying with this. And now just 2 monks, couple pikes, the siege push can continue on. And yeah, this is going to make it more difficult for running to do what he wants to do elsewhere because Yo's buildings haven't been taken out. Again, like, I think the step lancers have had their window. They've had their time to shine, but pikes do lots of bonus damage. A couple conversions for Yo. And just a few more pikemen. I mean, he's got double barracks at home. I think eventually the Kipchaks would need to come out for the Cumans against the pikemen. Running, taking another engagement. And he finds 3 pike kills. That was Yo trying to maybe meet up with this group. And running, using that market. Selling stone at times here. But he does it all before his market goes down. His scout goes in to kill a monk. Micro. Oh, that was sick. That's huge. I would be scared to dive in here, though, with Yo controlling these mangonels with an outpost. He did it before. You know what the epic play here would be? To bring your vills, drop a castle right on Yo's face. That would be the epic play. I think there's a lot of risk associated with that, though. But maybe it could happen. Here are the Lancers. We know the Lancers will clear this, right? But Yo just wanted time at home. Yo took out a TC. He took out a market. It's not like he didn't take out much with this. But again, loses his force. We said it before. We're left here saying it again. I'm worried for running's economy now. Just 2 town centers. It doesn't look like his food eco is going to be there for him. The balance is a problem. Yo's balance is looking pretty strong. And he's still got 10 pikes. But Yo can't keep running away from the middle right now. And running has random vills. You see this? Vill here, Vill here, Vill here. I don't know what exactly is happening. I think we're seeing tourney nerves. Yep, getting housed badly. Another mangonel comes out. Dude, Yo is so annoying. Yo is such a pest with this position. He just keeps coming. And the reality is there's nothing to force Yo to defend. Yet. Sorry if I sounded a little too evil there. But this is what I mean. It's like, Yo is going to continue to do this if you don't do something that forces him to focus at home. This is about to get extremely messy. The step lancers have to come home to clear this. This could be denied because now there's no lancers on the front. There's going to be 1. There goes that castle. Yo is looking here, as is running at the moment. That's a lot of pikemen. The mangonel's there too. We'll see how the engagement goes. Pike should get pretty decent hits. It is a counter unit, but the Lancer's doing great. And Yo didn't notice the castle that was going up on his face. He notices it now. Whoa. And he has to buy a little bit of stone to drop a castle behind this. But hey, I mean, now, you know, you have... I mean, you got to go back here because Yo continues to be a pain. Yeah, just stay here for a little bit and clear it up. But now you can make kip checks, which are great against pikes. You have a TC in the middle. Yo does not. The eco is just horribly idle. and inefficient for running at various points, but normally what you'd want in this position if you're Yo is Imperial Age. And I'm not sure how natural Imperial Age is going to feel when you need more pikes and when you're running low on gold. And when your TC is going to get shot down. Yo did hop out here, trying to kill this when running wasn't paying attention. But yeah, his Siege Workshop will now go down. Now, fletching isn't in for the kip checks, and that's a lot of pikes. You need more upgrades on kip checks. You need more numbers on kip checks. These units are cheap, though. That's the thing. They're very cheap, and they're good in these types of moments. Yo, with no Siege Workshop at home, isn't exactly thinking of going for a ram push against this, which I think is something he could consider. There's the Siege Workshop now, so maybe he's thinking of it. Is Yo going to go raid with pikes right now? Yo really doesn't know what to do. Running's thinking, let's deny his golds still. I like how Running's finally starting to gain some initiative again. Like, this castle's done a lot for him. And after clearing up Yo's Siege Workshop, Yo has found it hard to truly threaten Running. There's outposting from Running in the middle. Even just building that with like 5 villagers tells me this is just a scrappy moment right now for him. And Yo's going to drop another Siege Workshop here then because he's like, okay, he's got a TC in the middle. That's my target. Instead, Running sees the pikes and sees the vills. So he might realize... And maybe he panics and drops a castle in the middle here. But guys, you'll notice Running's getting pulled away this way, right? Which allows Yo time to make rams. Yo could probably ram this castle down soon. But that would be if the Step Lancers or other eyes occupied. Here are the kip checks. No Bodkin just yet. Bodkin's now in, so the fight should go a bit better. I wonder if Yo ejects with the rams now. It's probably too early, but he's got to be considering it because he knows the Step Lancers are out of position. And Running, worried about this, will drop another castle towards the middle. What a fun game, guys. It's been very off. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of Golden Pit games in the first place, but it's been very different from other games we've seen. Uh-oh, Running dives with the Step Lancers, trying to do damage. This is where the rams for Yo could make their move. The castle, though, for Running goes up, which means he does still have all that gold access in the middle. The Step Lancers might be able to escape. Yo with a little trap. Oh! What are you doing, Step Lancer? Oh, no. Oh, the pikes find their kills. And now Running can make... and now Yo could make his move with the rams. 2 castles to make kip checks, though. Still 96 eco versus 97. The pikemen aren't accomplishing too much for Yo. But I guess it's going to be 1 castle to make kip checks out of for second for Running. And this game is wild, man. This game is wild. And Yo is going to try and use this area again. Because, I mean, he can see it. And it's the only realistic avenue for attack. I think if Running would have kept his Lancers alive, it would maybe have been a different situation. But he didn't know the ram push was coming, obviously. And we did. Oh my goodness, this is a messy game. Kip checks, you really have to pay close attention to them. But they will find their kills. The rams from Yo probably aren't that valuable anymore because they can't go elsewhere. A castle here from Running to keep this TC up because the pike siege push is annoying. Oh my god. So what is this, like the 4th Siege Workshop Yo's made this game? We've seen pikes, we've seen siege. This is Celts, baby. I'm a big fan of Celts. And it makes me sad, some of the stats that I've given you guys about Celts. I think that Celts they deserve a little bit more love as a civilization. I would like to see the Dark Age infantry speed be returned to them. There was only one reason that ever got removed, and it was his name rhymes with Pong. Jeez, man. It's so hard to balance your economy, though, when you have to micro this constantly. Because if you look away at any point, the mangonels are going to rock you. And I think that's ultimately why Yo can get the job done in this game, guys. Because, I mean, I'm noticing the idle time for Running is sky high. It's really difficult for him to be everywhere he needs to be. If he has to address this, then he's not able to address the middle. And now he's addressing the middle, and that push from Yo continues. Still so much gold for running, and he's going to find the villagers. He's got ballistics. Could deny Yo's TC. Oh. Actually, you know what? Stop producing vills and just go imp right now, if you're both. Right? What does... I mean, imp gives you trebs, I guess. Which means it's huge for both of them. You have enough kip checks to kill the pikes. I think what running should try and accomplish is Imperial Age in this TC by maybe even buying food. He's microing his heart out, though. He'll take the scorpions. Yo only has one castle, and Yo, I'm sure, wants a castle somewhere where he can conveniently treb this down. Oh, run away, kip checks! Oh, God. Okay, he's trying to do stuff at home. This is what I mean. He's trying to do things at home. If he doesn't pay attention to them, bad things happen. Yo can produce more pikes all the time. This is what they're looking at! Ah! I think running's definitely goes up, and Yo's does not. Running's got a good chance in this game. He's being mangonel pushed in the south corner. But he's got a chance in this game. Deny the castle, running. The pikemen are sacrificing their lives for Yo so we can complete this castle. This castle's so important. He's not going to get it up. That castle will not go up. Running needs to get up to imp. Good luck thinking about it, running. I understand this is wild. What is this messy game? God, this would mean so much to running. Running's going for infantry armor and barracks. Is he going to try, like, longswords? It feels like a misread. Now, you know, because you don't get bracer, imp doesn't feel as strong with the kip checks. I'm wondering, is he going to have food eco to produce out of these barracks? He's going for man-at-arms. I mean, it might be sick. He defends from the treb push one time. Takes out the initial trebs. Maybe it's okay. He's got to come home, clear the pikemen so he can have his food eco. Yo simply makes the new castle. Yo has been everywhere on this side. And running now backs away. Running is going to see imp from Yo. That won't make him feel great. He's committed now. I feel, right? If you try and go imp now, it's like too late. You already invested into the barracks. Might as well try your longsword idea. There's the longsword choice. The food eco has been nasty for Yo. It's really good. So he can sell food and sell wood for good prices still. And he is now mining stone and gold in the middle. He also still has good pikes. You know, he's going to have a couple trebs. They're Celt trebs, so he'll definitely take out this castle. Running, obviously, hoping to maybe stop that from really being the start of something massive here. But yeah, I don't see how running can conveniently engage against these trebs right now. Not with scorpions and not with the pikes combined. I think it's too much work, and it's too easy for things to go wrong, as you see it going wrong here for running. And that's why he wanted longswords. Also, he gets capped ram in Castle Age with humans. Now, that's a good idea. I think the longsword thing, we'll see if it even surprises Yo. I consider it questionable because Yo will then have the castles to just make woads. Like, oh, I'm worried about infantry. I'll just make a better version of infantry. Yo, now drop this castle. 200 pop for Yo in a moment. 200. 130 villagers. Crazy macro from him. Ramming down the university. Been such a pest. Like, you take out one of Yo's forwards, and then he just comes back again. Running's ecos looks good. The idle time's been low. He sees the capped ram. He sees the longswords. Yo will know. This is where I would think that woad raiders out of the castles would make sense. This push has to work for running. It has to. This is his push. The combination of kip checks and longswords is pretty good. Actually, the way he's taking the fight as well is also really good. Kip checks behind. Swordsman in front. Blocking this off. Running loses his castle. If Yo loses his castles, he can't make woads. Micro from running. Trying to take out the scorps. Good. The woads are not elite. Running still moving around. Running still with the shot. Yo will lose the one castle. And we'll see if the castle here even goes up for him, actually. Running repositions to deny the castle. The longswords, the rams are still going to town. I don't see many Woad Raiders on the field right now, guys. Running's got more longswords in queue. It looks like the Woads are here, though. They will take out those rams. The Kipchaks are melting away. And yo, he's got more eco. He's going to still have 2 castles in the middle. That's not counting the 3rd castle he has at home. And yeah, Woad Raiders are just so easy to switch into once you've got the castles. And Yo punishes the human play with a really interesting first game here. You know, if there's ever any points where you're looking at Running's eco that game, and we did a lot of it, and you're like, man, that's messy. That's just not clean enough to get a win. Well, it's because of the way Yo plays it. Yo had a push which was killed initially, and then came back again, and then came back again. And behind it, his eco was just so good. He got so much value from his attacks. He was able to make it imp with limited gold. Overall, I think the strategy itself was worth the risk from Running. But it was a risk, right? And it's very complicated to play. And man, the speedy Celt infantry in this game made it so much trickier for Running with the Kipchak play. Any other civilization's pikes are a lot slower. But due to the speed of the Celt pikemen, it felt like Running had to pay that much more attention to his Kipchaks all the time. It was a scrappy game from the start. But Yo, even in Feudal Age, it felt like he knew, I can do enough here. Yo's play was not to kill his opponent in Castle Age. It was just to delay him. And then he could finish the job in late game, which is Yo's MO. Running did have more kills, obviously. Running did have more gold. But the wood and that food eco and the stone eco for Yo gave him enough to eventually reclaim the middle area. And what was a really fun game. Golden Pit, man. Good stuff. All right, guys. I have to step away for a minute at the start of this migration game. This is the home map for Running here. And this was the same civilization that Running had played against Doubt. And he, I think, should have won against Doubt. Like, he had done everything to get a win except add some farms at one point. And so Running comfortable on the map, will have known. Obviously, he was probably disappointed when he rewatched it. He probably felt like it was a throw when he played Doubt in the first round and then got 3-0'd. I have to step away and use the restroom. But it's Malay for Running, it's Japanese for Yo. I'll break it down when we get back. But we could just watch the majesty that is Yo's scouts while I'm gone. All right. Yeah, the thing about Yo, guys, is that even though he's winning a lot of these games, right? Like, even though he's one of the favorites to win the group, one of the favorites to go into the playoffs, do really well, and that's the conversation about him, he will have games go late very frequently. But in his mind, it's like always slight leads leading up towards imp. So, you know, players in Platinum are all very good. Yo's not going to be able to just steamroll everyone and win the game super early every time. Oh my god, Running can't find his sheep. Oh no, he knows about them. Okay. I was concerned that he didn't know about them. He just hasn't gone over there yet. But yeah, Yo has a tendency to just chip away at somebody, slowly grind them down, and that's exactly what he did in the first game. So, this build that we've been talking about with the Dravidians, where the Dravidians go for the stable in the middle and the scout play, I think they're the best at it. The second best would be the Japanese, because the Japanese have a lot of wood savings with the cheaper lumber camps, mills, and mining camps. It's never been a really Yo thing. Like, if anything, I could see Yo adding Spearmen just to protect his vills and then just adding TCs. So I'm kind of curious to see how Yo plays this. Because Yo loves Italians. Italians were banned, and he likes to go for a forward dock with Italians. That's kind of the thing that Yo started. And it kind of became meta, but then people realized why just allow villagers to walk across when I could have scouts there, you know? So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Malay advanced faster to the next stage. Last time Running played them, he went Fires. He did not go fast Feudal. He went fast Castle still. It's just a little bit interesting how the build plays out with the Malay. But Malay Japanese pretty close. I think if both civs are played perfectly, is also pretty close, but advantage to the melee. Advantage melee due to the faster up times. I think they can get the most out of it. Though sometimes it leaves people getting to the next stage and then being like, oh, I can't do anything with this yet. Kind of funny how that plays out. Had to Step Away was the first game worth a rewatch. I thought it was really good. Yeah. It was really good. We got to see two civs we don't see played on that map or played at all play, so that was cool. T90, have you ever accidentally left your mic on when you go to the bathroom and everyone hears you? No, I'm not bringing my mic with me to the bathroom. If that's what you're asking. There's some level of noise cancellation for background noise, guys. So no, that's never happened. I have left my mic muted while I was getting up from my computer. And I tripped and fell. And I swore. And when I came back, everyone in my chat was quoting me, but they were swearing. And I was like, guys, what are you talking about? And they were like, you said that. And I said, no, I didn't. Because I didn't even remember. It completely slipped my mind. And they're like, check the VOD. To check the VOD. And sure enough, there you could hear a thud and me swearing. So I think that's the only embarrassing thing I've ever done as far as my mic not being muted. But that was a long time ago. I was in my the first place I lived after my parents' house. That was like 2016. It's crazy how time has flown. I don't know how long you guys have been watching me, but that was back in my stream dropping all the time due to Comcast internet days. I think some of you guys would have been around back then, but not most of you. Most of you guys probably came in a year or two after that, at least. So, soon 14 fishing ships for Yo. Lots of fishing economy. Running clicks up a similar time as Yo, but advances faster. And, obviously additional fishing ships for Yo. Means he has more food income in the long run. Japanese fishing ships very strong, so it's hard to kill them. This honestly feels like a forward dock from Running here. Because he's up 2... Oh, wow. Okay, so wait. He's going for the barracks. Never mind. He won't be able to click up to Castle Age right away. We don't have a barracks yet from Yo. Crazy fishing ship count, though. What happened to all those people from 2016? I mean, we only have, what do we have, like 400 people watching right now? In terms of the people that have been watching me live, that's not going to cover most. That's probably less than 1% of people that have at one point watched me live. People come and go all the time. So, I don't know, but there's definitely people who aren't chatting right now who've probably been around since then. A lot of my mods, for example. But yeah, I think majority of my viewers probably came in around the 2018 moment. And no loom for Yo! No loom, just passing. No loom. Yo, no reaction. There is a transport ship here, but Yo doesn't know this is happening. And, oh, Running kills the villager. And now denies the dock. And this is the meta that Yo's trying to counter in some way. By getting the barracks up here to make the spearmen, but Running... Great job paying attention. Running's on the way up. He's making scouts. Guys, this is an amazing start for him. Especially if he gets fortunate and wins the 50-50 flip against Yo's scout, and he does. Yo does get loom. Yo is making navy, but so is Running, and Yo will be up to Castle Age a bit later here. But Yo also adding that stable. You came in around the time Zero Empire stopped casting? Well, that would have been 2016. So you've been around since then. Well, Spear's on the way. Scouts will be on the way for Yo. Here's the thing about Yo. He's still fine. He may have lost a villager. He may have lost his scout, but he's going to make more scouts, and he has more fishing ships. So all that stuff's still big positives for him. He is working off of 3 docks. Running is working off of 2 to produce the ships. So, in theory, advantage to Running on lands currently, of course, but advantage to Yo on water over time. There's the TC from Running. There's the monastery as well. I really like the start from Running. This is a really nice game plan from him. I don't like tossing away the weak scout when you're going to make a monk, but to get a spearman kill, I get it. That's a whole bunch of spears in the middle, man. And then obviously scouts are going to come out from Yo as well. What happened to Zero Empires? He works for Relic now on AoE 4. I caught up with him last year at one point. Seems like he's doing well and he likes it. But yeah, he doesn't make content anymore. Yo's spearmen are Japanese spearmen, so all the spear bonuses for Yo's civs today. War Galley upgrade needs to come in from running, though. You can't be in Castle Age without War Galley. It feels like getting here is so good, and that could lead to multiple fishing ship kills. But the fact that War Galley isn't in just kind of sets him behind in that potential. I have to say, it's pretty inefficient for Yo, these fishing ships, though. But it's scrappy. It's a really messy game at the moment. We'll see if running eventually gets the War Galley upgrade. He definitely should. Maybe he thinks he clicked it. He backs away now. Yo getting the War Galley upgrade. A second TC up already for running. He goes for another monastery. And then there's the TC here from Yo. Yo needs another dock, so there's fish to be fished. So, you know, it's just so hard because everything's so pricey, right? It's so hard to get the timings down. He didn't have War Galley because he got Light Cav, and he added an extra scout. Like, that's what it comes down to, right? It's not easy, this map. It's super complicated to get right. And Running's going to be adding quite a few monks, it seems. Running's also going to be able to defend himself here, maybe. War Galley upgrades late, though. So Yo's looping it on that side, too. So Yo's taking good engagements. Yo also has Siege on the TC right now, which is prompting Running to go for Redemption to convert the Siege. But there's all your fishing economy running. You've gone for the middle. You have to defend yourself on water, and I think he's hoping he gets things right. He just lost a monk here, I think, or maybe it was a light cav. But he's losing his fishing ships. Yo has killed 9 eco. Running's down to 3 fishing ships. And there's still 15 for Yo. And he's redocking. So he's able to fish freely and efficiently on both sides of the water now. So this now has to happen. Like, this is escalated very quickly. This now has to happen on land for Running. That's where his advantage has to come in. Because water's just not cutting it. Even if he were to go over and kill Yo's fishing ships now, which obviously is going to be very tricky, I think things are going to be still pretty bad economically for him based on how this is played out. Now, I like what Running's done here. He's gone for the monks, right? If he didn't have the monks as an option, it would be problematic, and he converts one of the mangonels. Redemption pays off. Yo is probably like, how does he afford this? Because I can't, but Yo, that's because you went for more on water. Also, another monk gets sniped. I like that. Well played, Yo. Running needs to repair his TC so he can garrison again. Yo, why are we... I get it, because he doesn't have scouting, but if Yo loses this game, I'm not sure this TC would have been something that helped him at all. And Running wants to kill a monk, and he can't decide on what to do. That will be a light cap conversion. But that was a mangonel deletion, and that's a monk that will garrison in the TC. So lots happening. Guys, Running is on stone with the intention of dropping a castle because he's behind. This TC is just a target. I would have loved to have seen Yo go this way, but he didn't see anything, which is probably why. Think it's going to be really tough for Running from here. He's fallen into the same spot that he was in against Doubt. But I mean, against Doubt, he actually had a lead on water. But the spot he was in was where he was going for primarily monks. And Yo will defend here pretty nicely. Japanese fishing ships, repairs. And Running clearly just diving for a couple fish kills. I like the movement from Running here to see what Yo's up to. Doesn't see too much. I like the movement from Yo here to see what else is out here so he can expand economically. But Yo doesn't have his light cav in this position now, and you do not want to give your opponent the Siege Workshop. Yo deletes that. The power of monks, the power of redemption. Yo needs his light cav here, and he just instantly deletes the stable, and Running's going to drop a forward castle. There's no way that castle does not go up. That TC from Yo is going to be something he may see as a mistake here, but it makes this game so much more interesting. Running is so all in at the moment. But I feel like even Karambit Warriors would be good, right? Like, he doesn't have food. His food eco is horrible. But, you know, maybe a few Karambits. And I'm just struggling, like, how do you move out? And what do you move out with if you're Yo now? You know, if that town center was over in the openness of the right side, that eco can move around no problem. But that was his stone income, right? He's got to think about somewhere else for stone. Probably adapt and go over here. If Running could find Yo's fishing ships somehow, it'd be sick. He keeps looking. He's not finding them. But he's got Atonement, and he wants to convert Yo's monks. So this is pretty all in, and this will not be the end of the castle dropping either, guys. I'm pretty sure Running will try it again. Running clearly just doesn't have the macro that Yo does. But he's chosen strats that give him opportunities. Game 1 was like kind of all-in-ish. Well, not all-in-ish, but, you know, like there wasn't a lot of eco balance. And now this game, he lost his fish, but he really wanted to prioritize the land. And the land is really important here. We have Yo imping with that starting TC, but with the intention of eventually making trebuchets to take out this castle, which means he will drop a castle soon. Oh, man, Running. He patrolled, guys, but he needs to fix it. The fish are all down here. He could find them. This could all happen at once for Yo, where Yo's castle could be denied, and then his fish could be killed. But Yo's going to go drop the castle there, and Running, I think Solivilles go that way. Like Cav, though, need to be dealt with. Okay, and now here, Running sees it. What do you do, Running? Running's Vil fighting. He's making a couple Karambits. He's converted Vils. It brings in Light Cav. Yo quick walling. Yo's going to take a lot of losses on this castle. If Running had a Siege Workshop right now, he could make Rams. That castle goes up. And Running's got a bail, obviously, with all of his monks, his Light Cav, his villagers. And now Yo can make Trebs. And man, Running just needed Siege. If one Mangonel, that whole thing gets denied. Right? If he was Mango pushing this, it actually now feels like that was such... I don't know, obvious is the right word, but it would have been the play, right? He went monks, he went Light Cav, he never added the Siege. And so Yo was able to get that castle up. And Yo able to start trebbing this down, maybe. Running's now buying food. It really, I've noticed on migration, he doesn't have the balance down where he ever keeps his fish alive for very long. Oh, God. Don't look now, but he's just obliterated the market. And okay. So, you know, Yo's had an opportunity because Running just patrolled to land a sick demo right before our eyes and then kill these ships now to still defend his fish. Yo has pulled Light Cav aside here to try and find these two monks, and he's going to find them. He was going to make Trebs, and he's just had more eco here, and Yo wins the game. And on Running's home map, he wasn't able to get the job done. Guys, it's tricky. Yo is just so good. And Running tried to push the timings. He killed the villager. He had the scouts out first, but in doing so, he then lost the fish. I think some part of that was we got to see the Japanese play out well here. When fishing ships were ever attacked, they stayed alive for longer. Yo was able to maybe prioritize the amount of docks that he did with the buildings because of the cheaper lumber camps, mills, mining camps. Like, he's got 5 lumber camps here, right? It's still the original 2 from Running. But, you know, Running, he still needs to try and snag a win. It's going to be really tricky for him, though, because it is Yo, and we will go to Yo's home map next. But great game from Yo again. It really feels like every game there's an opportunity for Running. But you could do the first 3 things properly. You always need the 4th or the 5th. You need that final killer blow. He's struggled to find that against Yo thus far, who's just gone for crazy eco. More wood, more food, less gold, just like Golden Pit. And Yo takes game 2. And all right, Running's been close in these games. I was just saying how I felt like he lacked Siege. If he would have had Siege in the previous game, Imp might not have done anything for Yo. Running's gone for a Civ that is really clean with their start here. Game number 3, Coast to Mountain. Remember, the beauty of this format is every single game counts. Every game matters. So the first 2 losses, they're not going to feel near as bad if you can snag a win here if you're running. And everyone else, you got to remember, going to struggle against Yo as well. So if you get a win and others don't, it does a lot for you in your hopes to get to the playoffs or even survive here, which could be the situation for running in this group. Like, I did say that running would be 5th in this group. I think I said Licks would be 6th, running would be 5th, and then I think Valis 4th and Daniel 3rd, with like Doubt 2nd and Yo 1st, I think is what I had said. I think that's my whole predictions from the bottom up, but it's rather complicated. So running drops to TC, and this is the common build. You start with huts on this map, so you don't need to build houses, and then Persians have plus 50 wood, plus 50 food. So you're able to dock with one of your vills, build the TC with the rest of them, get 2 or 3 fishing ships out, and then you delay your lumber camp and drop the lumber camp over here. As opposed to Yo's build, which maybe makes a little bit more sense for Berbers because your villagers are faster. You could walk around, roam around to get the elephants. But Yo's build is delay the dock and go for the early lumber camp. And so this is more of how the map used to be played. It's just in 2023, what running is doing is what a lot of players have been doing. And I can't think of a reason why the build that running is doing is bad, but oh god, he's gone for 3 fishing ships. Oh, never mind. He has wood. Okay, I didn't see he had the wood. I thought his lumber camp would be delayed. He should be good. Still able to get some elephants. Lumber camp's on the way up. What most players have done off of the build that running is doing is fast feudal into water. Let's actually just look at res collected right now. Yeah, so running has collected more because he hasn't walked and invested into the lumber camp as early a time. But in theory, things should even out in some ways. I think Persians have the cleaner start, but long-term, there's some concerns in this matchup. Persians really do not have a single answer to Camel Archer. And Yo is so good with getting to unique units. Like, I mean, it would be a numbers game. I guess, like, maybe Paladin or something. But then Berbers have cheap, heavy camels to counter the Paladin, too. I would not like it if running want to go for the water approach here. I think you could be fine with the 3 fishing ships you've had. He's going for a barracks in the middle. This could be really good. And the key to this, guys, is all the camel scout. Because if you go for man-at-arms, which I think he will attempt, you need to block with this camel scout. And obviously you need to know where you need to attack as well. Let's see how active Yo is right now. Haven't seen Yo play this. I don't think he played it in the first 2 rounds. Let's see, he played Licks, and then he played Daniel. No, he did not play this in the first 2 rounds, if my memory is serving me correctly here. Guys, this is a build that Dragonstar showed in gold. And I felt like the only reason he lost was because his Camel Scout died to the TC from Yo, and he couldn't block. Because it's so smart. Yo is looking for a barracks. Yo's like, oh, I don't see a barracks. Okay, well, if I don't see a barracks and I see villagers going to gold, then it's probably double docks on water. So Yo's currently thinking, oh, I'm going to give up water then. That's fine. That's not a big deal. But he's not thinking that there's going to be man-at-arms because he doesn't see the barracks. Notice how Yo's not reacting with any type of walls yet. Yo's dropping a barracks to go scouts. This could obliterate him. But running, don't make it too obvious with your camel scout, dude. Don't, like, sit there and, like, linger too much. Just go away and come back at the time when it matters. I would be paranoid right now if I'm Yo, because this camel scout's sitting here. Maybe this is just me. Maybe it feels too obvious because I already know. But there's an archer range going up from running. Running should know to avoid the houses. Oh, God. You've got such a narrow line you have to walk so he doesn't see you here. Yo noticed it. Yo noticed it. Okay. Yo definitely saw something there. If running goes to this wood line then, he could try and block with the camel scout. God, how good is Yo? He gets these walls down just in time. Now, does Yo know about this. Yo does not. He's frozen right now. He's getting loom. He's adding a galley to go kill fish. Running's fire galley can beat that. And Yo does not know there's a range on the front, and Yo is still going to be going scouts here. This could still be really bad for Yo. Now, Running doesn't know that Yo is on the golds, but I'm sure he'll find that soon enough. And the archer's here, and Yo will need to tower somewhere. But which wood line do you choose to protect here? Also, villagers taking double damage here because of the hill. Actually, I don't know if it's double damage, but the archer, I think, is doing some hill damage there. Yo not reacting to this as he has to bring in an elephant. And this is Running choosing a strategy which gives him a chance at ending the game as fast as possible. I do not think that the army is currently good enough for Yo to fight against this, but the villager! Oh, Camel Scout's the MVP for blocking. This is a great strat. And Yo has just dropped the tower here. And now, Running, if you see that tower, once it's complete, you just go to the gold. This is an epic strat. Also, fishing ships are going down for both players. Running currently saving his fish. Well executed. And Running's just going to drop a tower here. Yeah. So, having spoken with Dragonstar, a player who is going to be in Platinum next season, who will be promoted because of his performance in gold, he said that he thinks this strategy, at least with Japanese, is unbeatable. He thinks that Japanese just kill everyone except for Mongols. But I think everyone dies to Mongols on this map. 6-1 KD for Running. Res collected. Still ahead for Yo. And it's just typical Yo where he's still got a chance. And he's still like hanging in here, right? But he's taken more damage here than he ever has in any of these games at this point of the game. Relocating to take Hunt here. And then he's able to go here to take gold. And we have some town watch for Yo. Yo will know most of the pressure will come from the mountain. Yo trying to counterattack right now with scouts. And hoping to find some damage. At home, we have Running walling up. Really smart. It does feel like long-term this wood line will be an issue. But Spearman gets a hit there for Running. He won't complain too much about that. And Running now moving around, looking for more damage. If he knew he could still disrupt this wood, he might consider it. He does not know there's anything on the coast yet. Running has played very smooth here, guys. I'm really impressed. Oh, God, I jinxed him. He shot the zebra. And maybe just sit here on the wood line. It's so tricky. Yo does such a good job at staying alive. But Yo can't conveniently take this wood. So, like, he can get, like, a couple villagers on wood, but his wood situation, in theory, should be rough. Yo's galley still out here, or is that a new galley? That new galley came out. Pretty sure the other one died just to kill the fish. The sneaky stuff from Yo. Good play from Running. Yo just makes a new lumber camp. Yo dropping a range with most of his economy here. Thank God for him that he's got faster Berber villagers, as Running has now overtaken Yo in res collected. Running has food and Hunt here. He's even bringing in another elephant. This is tricky. Even taking the zebra there soon. And he knows it's awfully quiet over here now. Villager's still there, by the way. He's probably just like, what? Also probably a little frustrated with the galley. But even still, he's kept his fish alive. Running is showing some insane quality here. But Yo knows, as he goes for a villager kill here and will get one, at the price of losing a scout. But Yo knows he's vulnerable over here, so he's dropped the tower. And there's Running, looking. He's going to see the tower now and be like, well, crap. How have I not killed this guy yet? I think so many other players would be so dead. Like, Yo's ability to thrive in chaotic situations allows him to adapt like a lot of others just cannot. Like, for a lot of others, the initial game plan is good, and it's so good, even if you know what to expect, that they beat you with it, right? But Yo's tendency to force the issue at the opponent's base when he should be behind is amazing. Great play from Running here. Actually gets all of the units underneath the tower. Normally not a good idea, though. And he probably wasn't expecting that there'd be archers here from Yo. And then you step away from this tower at all, then the tower starts to shred you. And that's the idea here for Yo, who will probably be back on gold in a moment. And running is... He's maybe needs to think for his next plan. And the next plan would be Castle Age. Which is where, from what I've heard about this strategy, that the strategy ends the game in most cases, for what it's worth. Good value there from running. He actually is able to get away with archers here. That's sick. Still has an archer. I would shoot the zebra. Yeah, Yo thinks he's going to do that. Shoot the zebra down. Look at home. Market blacksmith now for running. Or sorry, market stable. Still has control and vision on that gold. And he clicks up to Castle Age. Yo isn't anywhere close to that. Wow. So Yo needs to balance his economy a bit more. He still feels like he is so far away from clicking up. And what do you do if you're running? I think you just... I think I'd love to see him keep this villager here and just house wall that gold. And then you just YOLO knights right towards this gold. I don't think you plan on booming here at all. I think you plan on ending it in castle with knights. I think Yo could, yeah, maybe use the market. I'm sure he'll click up sooner than the resources tell us he will right now. But, you know, while it says that the resources collected similar, it's been 1,000 more wood for Yo, but 300 more food for running, and like 1,000 more gold. And Yo is paranoid the fish are going to do something more in the long run here for running. I don't think running's too worried about this. And Yo trying to keep the villager alive here, but this should all be about how much damage the knights can do. And Yo's camel scout's still out there to scout the rest of the map. He's scouting around right now, thinking about long-term golds. He doesn't seem to me like he's in that big a rush. Okay, now he's trying to rush to click up. And he's going to click up here right after he sells some food back. And there he goes. Okay, so you've got cheaper camels in the Castle Age. If you can get there without like losing a lot, you could be okay here. Let's watch Yo try and defend from this. He's got 2 minutes where knights can run in and out of his eco constantly. Now these villagers are deemed too exposed, so they're going to head somewhere else. These villagers are being walled in on the gold. That makes sense. Now, running doesn't have to all in this, but it feels like with his eco setup, this isn't really a boom situation while also making army. Yo, even dropping a tower here to eventually shoot that tower down. Here come the first 2 knights. Yo's going to make this difficult, so you won't find damage there. Could still attack. Could still be annoying. Could still force reactions from Yo. Running will... No, there's probably vills over here then. Yo's just overchopped, which running can't see, but Yo should notice that. Keyword should. He also... I think he's overchopped here as well. He's overchopped on both sides. And the knights are coming. Knights also go underneath the TC. And running blocks a little bit. Doesn't get the villager kill, unfortunately for him. There is an overchop here. There is an overchop here. If Yo does not see this one... Yo, you've got to look. You got 10 seconds. You've actually done a really good job. Yo, you've got to look at this. Right? Am I crazy? Oh, there's another tree stump there? Oh, there's a tree stump there. Okay. That makes more sense why Yo didn't do this. And Yo's just going to re-wall. He's shooting down this tower. And here he walls as there's so many units around him as he tries to complete the monastery here. God, he is so good. He is so good. How? I'm so frustrated for running right now. He wasn't able to find any damage on the gold. He wasn't able to find any damage underneath the TC, even though he tried. He wasn't able to get through here. Yo's able to intelligently re-wall this. Take the wood, take the gold. He's going to make some monks. He's going to make some camels. His hope here is to get to Camel Archer. And Yo is just somehow still alive in this game. Just crazy. Just crazy. And we do have the second TC for running. This game is still going to go late. It's going to go to Imp. Probably just like the previous games, but it does make me feel like Civ-wise, once Camel Archers come out, Persians really struggle. Yo is going to be in no rush either to get to them because right now he can't be broken. So he's at least easing into some good eco upgrades and good timings. Why did running not go for Siege? It didn't feel natural for Siege. I always feel like it, you know, because you're going to open Knights and then your opponent's going to go for double stable Camels in a lot of cases. So for that reason, he probably was concerned that if they have the same castle age time, that forward Siege might not have done much. Maybe some Siege here on the hill could have done something more. Yeah. Villager does go down there. Felt like the timing was so good there. Bloodline's on the way. Castle on the way now from Yo. I think we'll see Yo drop a third town center at some stage. He's just being really patient now as he has to get this castle up. But just looking at his wood count and his stone, I'm sure Yo is thinking about maybe pulling villagers from this area and dropping a TC here. Scouting the map now with his Camel Scout 2 to see where Running is and what Running's up to. And here comes Running advancing forward. Doesn't know Camel Archers will be the next choice of military for Yo. But that takes time. But, you know, like this army is fighting for map control to get relics and whatnot. It's not actually going to kill much. Again, feels natural for the third TC for Yo. Maybe wants a few more farms soon. Scout goes out of that stable, looking for monks. Sees the army is there. Yo's unit control's so good. Yo is... He's actually a rather slow player compared to some of the other greats in the game. But he always knows where to look, what to do. He's so intelligent, man. And there he converts a knight. Bodkin Arrow now on the way for those Camel Archers. So the more he delays the third TC, the more I think he wants to go for kind of like a fast imp Camel Archer play. Like he's saving this stone intentionally. Looking for monks, just missed that one. Running's got 2 relics already. Yo's got vision on the coast. We'll know that Running's not there. There's the TC. So it will come. Persian monks notoriously weak. Actually, I think both of these civilizations lack sanctity, so neither of them will have success with monks long term once armies get big enough. And Scout from Yo snipes a monk. Doink, just like that. So good. Very well played there. And little engagement here, and now this is where Running's like, are you kidding me? But I mean, if Yo overextends, monks could still get conversions, and camels could still eat the Camel Archers. It's just the Camel Archer mass that becomes a problem. So Yo needs to run out of here. I don't think he should be taking these fights. Here he tries to kill another monk and fails. He'll lose a monk of his own, and Running's holding here, guys. Running is holding. Yo also no villagers on stone at the moment. But he hasn't lost any of these Camel Archers. He'll convert another camel. Good work. He falls right back to this castle. I don't think he'll complain too much about how this has played out. Again, the big thing right now is the fact that Yo doesn't have any more on stone. Probably should delete those camels and does. Speaking of stone, what about Running? Okay, he has a stone here. He's got a crazy eco right now. Running has brought in more resources still. Yo can see this stone, and he'll go to it now. Yeah, his resources are definitely banking up towards him. Camel Archers cost wood, and they cost gold. They do not cost food. And oh my god, 2? Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! That engagement was huge for Running! Holy crap! He converted 2 Camel Archers, and then killed 2. Big, big, big stuff there for Running. As Yo clicks up. But yeah, Camel Archers just don't cost the resources that Running's spending on his camels. But it feels like after that, you've got enough where you could just settle, breathe a little bit, and try and click Imp as well. It never feels natural, though, for me when I'm making stable units. I always just want to flood the map. Like, sure, I'll be later to Imp, but let me control this, and let me control this, and this. That's what I want to do. I think he's starting to see the food and gold count spike now. I think he'll be okay. Like we said, like the monks still doing a good enough job of keeping these camel archers far away here. Eco upgrades, army upgrades, all this coming in for Yo, who does not have vision in this area. Running starting to make outposts. God, this would be such a big victory for Running, guys. This would be such an amazing win for him. He needs it. 3 wins after 3 rounds would be so tough. As he'll have to play Valis and Daniel, which, I mean, those are the 3, Valis, Daniel, Running, who are probably competing for 3rd, 4th, and 5th in this group, in all honesty. With Licks being at the bottom, and then Yo and Doubt being at the top. Yo being very adventurous, and I think he saw the outpost, and he's deciding to attack it, but I was going to say he should probably run away. Why are you just reminding your opponent that you're ready to go here? Camel Scout is slightly slower than a camel. And the monks, they're going to die. And no conversions this time. Okay. Yo falls away. He does have castle number 2 coming in. He's getting his upgrades now. And now 90 seconds away from the Imperial Age is Running. And it's the Camel Archer. That's the problem. Oh, how do you counter it? How do you counter it? You could try skirms. It's really tough because you lack bracer, and the camel archers could always just outrun the skirms. I think you could realistically just try camel and try and keep Yo off of gold as well, but there's still so much golden stone. Oh, man. Go onagers. I think same deal, right? Onager's so slow. Running's economy is fantastic. Yeah, but his camels are going to die. Yeah, he's just going to make tons of camels. And when the camels get hits, they do kill camel archers, as you can see. So if he has the better eco, which he does, his thought process of just making camels isn't bad. That's actually not horrible at all for Running, that engagement. And yet again, Yo pushes forward, and he loses more camel archers. But Yo's on 2 castles now. He just completed the Casbah upgrade, which means his castles produce faster. And he's getting Thumb Ring, and he's getting armor, and he's still not on Elite Camel Archer. These are all upgrades that could come in. Goodbye, Archer. Nice knowing you. Yo's so confident with this unit. And I'd be terrified if I were Running. You just feel dominated. You feel like you have no chance. I think Heavy Camel's fine. And then you need Trebs. Heavy Camel Trebs for one of those castles from Yo. That's the plan. So you mass it. And then you bring the Trebs forward around like here. And you just start trebbing that down. That's the goal here. If you're going to have units alive. Yo, 23 Camel Archers. It's 26 Camels for Running. This unit is ridiculous. And it's in the hands of Yo, who's known for being... I think he's the best unique unit player in the game. He doesn't rely on it as much as some other players in the pro scene. Like, maybe Vivi is a guy who relies on it a bit more in Gold League. Our Platinum. Sorry. Vivi's Plat. Sorry, he was Platinum. He was Gold last season. And Vivi is still in a good spot to stay up as a Platinum player. But, oh, man. These things aren't elite yet, guys. These aren't elite Camel Archers yet. This is Yo's second pick. This is his home map. The fact that we've gotten to this stage is so Yo. It's insane. And he knows his win condition is just take it easy. So he even makes a defensive castle here. He's just got the triple castle stack at home. Because he figures there's no way I lose this game. Honestly, I feel for Running. Anything that you can suggest for him to make, I can find 3 reasons why it wouldn't work. Like Skirmisher, it gets outrun, but then also Berbers have cheaper stable units, so they could just mix in Hussars. Camels at least give you a realistic shot to get kills. And these Camel Archers need to run away, yet again, from the camels and back to their castles. Running hasn't expanded to the coast, guys. There's lots of gold and lots of stone over there, so he might want to get over there soon. But he is massing the Trebs. This is what I said before. If you can get the Trebs ready, because the Camel Archers always have to run, right? And the Camel Archers themselves aren't that good against Trebs. Get the Trebs ready, and you just drop those Trebs here and try and take down those castles. Punish Yo for being out of position. I mean, Yo is very much in position, but it's like he's not in position to protect his castles, is I guess the point. Forward castle from running, I love it. It's so risky right now when you don't have your army, though, and Yo does see that. Okay, this is... Oh, boy. Well, castle's gonna go up. Camel Archer's engaging. Camel Archer's hitting and running. Running's got pretty high population. Camel Archers see the castle now. These Camel Archers have to back away. Running, get some camels here. Get a couple villagers more. He's trying to go for the eco from Yo, but Yo's distracted. Yo's getting wrecked. The castle gets denied. And no, the Trebs, no! No, you had the right idea. Oh, this is brutal. There's 40 Camel Archers. You're going to run through all the castles now. And now your Trebs are going to go down to villagers. Ah, God. That was his moment, guys. We know exactly what he was trying there, right? We kind of talked about it, thought about it, etc. It might be tough for him to build up the Treb stack again, but his castle will go up. Unfortunately, his camels have all died. And he will run out of gold because he has not gone to the other golds yet. I mean, I guess he's got this gold, though. Honestly, he's still okay. Yo had a lot of eco here that will now be raided by camels. The Camel Archers want to consistently move forward, and they cannot. Or if they do, villagers will die. Yo is 30 villagers behind. He's completely abandoning the mountain on a map where the mountain tends to be the most important in the long run. And Yo's got to get some counter damage in right now as we see Magrabi camels, so his camels will now regen as well. Yes, also Yo has 0 relics, and Running has 4 of them. Running has played so well. I still don't know how you win if you are up against Camel Archers as the Persians. He's trying. And the Camel Archers are going to run right into the back of his eco here. He needs more camels. He's adding more stables. He's certainly got the gold. Running is going to... it's Yo, but Yo's villagers are running because they're Berber villagers, which is kind of ironic because they're fast. Anyways, Yo's going to take wood and gold and everything along the coast here. Here come the camels. Big moment in this game. If there was ever a point in time where I would make a camel noise, this would be it. Oh, no. Running, you need to wall that. Don't let him find that area. If he finds that area, you will never kill these things. Running, make a building there. Running, make a house there. Running. No, Running, make a build. He's doing so many different things, guys. He's doing so many different things. Those Camel Archers will never be killed. They'll never be killed. No. No. They'll never kill them in there. Disaster. That is the perfect spot for a bunch of Camel Archers. No. Oh, God. And now Yo is looped in this way, guys. And he's just going to park his Camel Archers on the gold. And it's 18 camels for Running. Yo's up to 50 Camel Archers. And you just don't kill Camel Archers with Persians. Unless it's a free boom game. And you make Elite War Elephant. You know, that is maybe a different conversation. That was so smart from Yo. Because it's Yo, I just kind of saw the future there. And felt like he would find that little gap. Poor Running had so many different things he had to try and do in this game. Honestly, really well played from Running this game. I actually think that this was better than game 1 and game number 2. He fought at the Civ disadvantage here, and his opening was so strong. But Yo just doesn't die. It was incredible, like what Yo was able to do in this game. 2-1 KD. It was behind with food gold collected, but even like 3 minutes later to Castle Age, Yo gets the job done. And I just can't, I can't be too critical of Running here. If at all you're thinking civilizations and like T90, maybe he should have picked another Civ. It's what happens when you draft, right? And if you look at the draft, he didn't prioritize this map because this was not Running's home map. Running prioritized Malay and Cumans, which was game 1 and game 2. And, you know, Persians was a bit of an afterthought. Berbers was very high up there for Yo. He picked that on his very first wave. So, a great series. Could be problematic for running from here on out, though. We're going to look at the Statafrax sheet we've got. And let's see what the odds look like. It's still... We haven't seen anyone else in that group play their third round yet, so it's still pretty early, but I think it's worth looking at probabilities. How about going Onager there? I understand why Onager feels like a good move. I only think Onager would work if you did it with a Treb stack with that push on the mountain. So according to this, after that result, Yo is 80% for first, 20% per second in the group. And it is possible, apparently, he gets relegated still. What? That would be 5th or 6th spot. Anyways, for running, and I think this is more important because we kind of knew, like, Yo and Doubt probably number 1, number 2, especially when they play each other, it'll be fun. Running is pretty high odds to be relegated, which would be 5th or 6th spot, but has decent enough odds to fall into 4th or 3rd place. And the positives for running is that he's played Yo, he has played Doubt. So he has Yo and Doubt out of the way. The fact that we've got Daniel at 3, Valis at 2, and that running and Valis and running and Daniel have to play, that's going to be really fun to watch. And it will really feel like running is going to have to earn, you know, staying alive in a really cool way. But yeah, that's it. That's another series. Yo's looking like a beast, man. Yo's looking like a beast. I can't wait to see Doubt and Yo play each other. I think that's the final. I think that's scheduled to be the final week as well. So up next, or not up next today, but in terms of the next sets in this group, it will be Valis and Lix. Lix 0-6. We'll see if he can get some wins versus Valis. And then Doubt and Daniel will be a banger. I honestly think Daniel should have beat Yo 2-1. He was really close. Like, he threw one game. If he almost beat Yo 2-1, I think he can almost beat Doubt 2-1. I think Daniel's looking amazing right now. That should be a fun series.